So you've outlined some of those core foundational things that we talk a lot about, the importance of principles and policies and the governance and testing and all of that. But that can also feel a bit unwieldy to people starting off. And so for our listeners, can you leave them with specific things that they can either do today, tomorrow, and you can choose whether it's business leaders or parents. You've talked a lot about child safety, and obviously that's a focus of your area. So what can people do to feel a bit more in control or empowered today, tomorrow?
Yeah. So let's focus this on business leaders or anyone, actually. It can be anyone. I think that the most important thing that anybody can do is to be curious and to be questioning and to ask the questions at the beginning. Is this the right answer? If I'm looking for accuracy, is this accurate? How do I know? If who could this harm, right? I think there's a thing that I like to do with my kids that I learned from one of those great childhood friends, actually, and originally this was focused on like when we were watching movies or shows or listening to books, is to pause or at the end say, what did you notice about what was fair in this? What was not fair? Who might have been left out, right? And my kids are now like super attentive to that. So they'll call it out when they see like, that's a group of all white people, which is great. That's what they should be doing. But we all need to have that wondering mind and have that sort of detective mindset going into any use of AI. And I think the other really practical thing, particularly for those like me, I'm a privileged white woman, is if you find yourself getting defensive, which can happen a lot in these conversations, and when you're looking at where the real harms could be here, really stop yourself and investigate why that is, and listen and learn and let yourself see the systems that you might be benefiting from that others might not. When you do that, it makes everything better. It makes the products better. It makes the use of them more successful. It makes your organization more innovative, more successful. This is a really powerful thing that we all can do. We don't need to know anything about technology to do it.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And both of them really anchored in that curiosity, being open, being humble to what you don't know yet, and asking questions. And I'm always a fan when people say, oh, there's too much to this ethical AI stuff. Where do I even start? Start with simple questions.
Yeah.
Who is included here? Who's not included, like you said? What is the worst thing that could happen if this goes wrong? And that's just starting questions. I'm not building whole frameworks or structures yet. We're just getting started. And it is about building that. I call it the ethical critical thinking skills, but it's just critical thinking skills. And we're hearing more. What are these skills we need in this AI world? Critical thinking, curiosity are some of the key ones.
And starting earlier, what's the problem? What's the problem we're trying to solve? How has it been solved today? What is not working in that? Then think about what technology may or may not be helpful, right? Starting from those spaces will lead you again to these much better outcomes.
Yeah. Well, that's a fantastic place to leave it. Thank you so much, Tracy. What a fantastic conversation.
Oh, it's so good to hang out with you anytime.
And we're going to, for folks listening and watching, we'll have a few of the references we mentioned today in the show notes. And otherwise, thank you all for listening to the AI with GennAi. And we'll see you in the next session. Thank you.